and welcome to Art Time with Glory. I am so happy that you are here to participate in another art class. Now, because it is the month of love, it's February, it's also my birthday month, we are going to be creating a fun, artistic, beautiful Valentine's Day card that you can make for someone that you love. It could be your mommy, your daddy, your grandma, your grandpa, your favorite aunt or uncle, your cousin, or your best friend. So, the first thing we're going to do is go over the list of materials that you're going to need to complete and create a beautiful Valentine's Day card. But just a reminder, we have our list of materials in our description box below, along with the link that will show you where to go and buy your materials. So, are you guys ready to get started on your beautiful Valentine's Day card? Because I am. Hey kids, these are the list of materials that you'll need in order to complete our Valentine's Day art project. You'll need a mixed media art paper. Here are some colors that you can use: red, rose magenta, and light violet. You have scissors, sponge brush, paint, a little thin paintbrush, color pencils, oil pastels. If you don't have oil pastels, you can use crayons. 1 to 2 clothespins, 1 paper towel, a painter's tape, and that's it. Let's get this party started. All right, kids, so now what we're going to do is we're going to open up your card and lay it nice and flat, and we're going to add borders. If you're not adding borders, go ahead and forward and skip this part. Now, if at any time you need help, please ask a grown-up to come and help you, and don't forget to put pause. Now you can always rewind too. So now here I am, kind of measuring my border. I'm doing it in the middle. There we go. Whoops. It's okay. Sometimes that happens. You gotta measure it a little better. There we go. Now, some painter's tapes are easier to rip. If you have a hard time tearing it, you can go ahead and use your scissors. All right, we are ready to get rolling with our oil pastels. So make sure to get your oil pastels ready to go. Okay kids, get your pastels out. If you don't have pastels, you can use regular crayons. I'm going to start off with the color red, and I'm going to start on the left side of our Valentine's Day card. Now, this is the fun part. This is the part where you can do whatever you want. You don't have to follow my lead. So here we go. I'm just going to start scribbling. And this is what you can do throughout. And oops, it broke. And if it breaks, that's okay, because guess what? You can keep on coloring. Yes. So look at that. So with our oil pastel, it's a lot quicker and easier to color than it is with crayons. With crayons, you're going to have to go over it left and right, up and down, just to make sure that it's dark, because you really need your the colors that you're using to pop. So you're going to have to really press on if you're using a regular crayon. But this is oil pastel, so it'll slide on easily. So I'm done with this. Now I'm just going to pick another color. So I want to use green, so I'm going to start with green up here. Now I like using green and blue because it really makes the colors pop once you get to the end of our Valentine's project. So what we're going to end up doing once we're done coloring our entire, and I do mean entire, art piece of paper, is we're going to paint over it with one color. Actually, if you want to add 2 colors, that's fine. you know, whatever you want. Go for it. This is your, whoops, I broke it again. So it's okay if it breaks because you're going to use it later on. So here I'm using white. And I'm using white because I actually want to add a different color to it, right? So what does white and red make? Pink. So I'm going to lightly add some pink here. Now remember, this is your art project. You don't have to do it like mine. You can go crazy, go nuts, add whatever colors you want. Now, say you want to paint over the colors with red. I don't recommend coloring with red, but for this project, I'm going to paint over with light violet. Now I'm going to use orange. See, I have no order. Everything's random. Do whatever you want, guys and gals. Here we go. Now I'm going to make a circle and use sky blue. See, you can do whatever you want. So get out of your bubble and start coloring. I'm gonna grab my blue. And you can overlap your colors, it's okay, because it makes other colors. That's what you want. Look at that. I love using oil pastels because it just glides on. Now I'm going to be brave and I'm going to use some black. Now it can overlap to the other side, no big deal, because we're going to do this to the entire paper. Now I'm going to use one of my favorite colors, yellow green. There's something nice about yellow green. It's just so bright. Oh, I broke it again because I'm pressing too hard. Sometimes I get really excited. But as you know, no reason to get upset or sad. It's okay because guess what? Look, it's broken and I'm still using it. And it's still creating beautiful colors. So take a deep breath and just keep coloring. All right, now I'm going to use bright yellow. All right, so my yellow's kind of overlapping with blue. So what does sky blue? So what does yellow and blue create? That's right, kids, green. Look at that, green. But see how I'm kind of mixing my colors? Go for it. Have fun. I'm going to add peach. But I'm also going to add white. White? Why are you just going to add white, Flori? Well, I want to add white because when I add my paint over it, it's going to stand out. You'll see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to add that down. Let's see, what other colors do I need to add? What am I missing? You know what? My green needs to be a little bit more dark green here. So I'm going to add more green here. And let's add some red. Actually, let's shuffle some red here. Okay, so I'm done with my left side. So, kiddos, what you do with the left side, you're going to do to the right side of your card. You don't have to do the same exact color pattern. You can just do whatever you want. All right, let me see. Let me add some more green here because it's still not. There we go. Let me add some peach here. All right. Let's get ready to start the other side. So now I'm going to go to the other side. And keep on coloring. Look at that. And it's okay if the black blends in with the green because it really isn't going to matter because we're going to paint over it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add blue. I know my table's shaking so much because I'm just going crazy and then I'm going at it. Alright, now I'm going to use my orange and make it last long. Let's see. You guys having fun? Isn't this fun? Just going crazy with your colors and without a care in the world. You don't have to color within the lines. You can just create your own art piece, masterpiece. So let's add some. I'm gonna add some yellow green. Let's add some red. What does yellow and red make, kids? Orange. And then red and blue makes purple, or more like an acai sort of color, like an acai berry. Pretty cool, nice. There we go. Now remember, if you're deciding to paint over with red, I wouldn't color with red, just a reminder. Let's see, what do I want here? We have not used our sky blue, so let's go ahead and color away. I want to make sure I have a lot of colors. So I'm going to add white here. I'm going to add white here too. I'm going to add over it because I'm going to make it lighter. See? A nice blend that makes. Oops. Wanted to keep it white. Oh well. I'm going to add here. What does white and black make? Gray. See that? Cool, right? So if you notice that your white isn't getting white, all you have to do is just clean it up on the side on a piece of paper or like on your painter's tape. And it cleans it up. See that? That cleaned it up. Okay, so now what I'm going to add is, what color should I add next? Blue, green, let's do some yellow. Let's end it with some yellow. All right, I am done with my pastels. All right, let's go on to the next step. Who's with me? Let's get this going. Okay, so you're gonna grab your sponge brush. If you don't have a sponge brush, you can cut a square sponge. You can ask your parents for it. All right, so now I'm gonna dip my paint. I'm gonna choose purple. But if you don't want purple and you want red or you want pink, that's fine. Or if you want blue, that's okay. Whatever color you want, that's all that matters. But remember, if you want to use blue, you can't color with blue, okay? If you're going to use red paint, you can't paint with red, otherwise it's not going to stand out. So you just remember that. Okay, now I'm going to dip my sponge brush. Here we go. Now I'm just going to paint over it. Like what for? Yes, yes. And get a nice glob of paint. Just go for it. Look at that. And I like using purple because it really does a good job with covering everything. Sometimes when you use pink, you could see the dark side, but you'd see the black and the dark blue and the red kind of seep through, but you just have to add a little bit of more layers to it, but that's okay. So you want to make sure that you cover your entire art paper. See that? And I'm missing some right here. I want to make sure I get everything right in the corners. There we go. Lovely. Right. So now what we're going to do is you are going to let it dry for 2 to 3 minutes. Okay? 2 to 3 minutes, at the most 5 minutes. We are going to do something to our project while it's in between wet and dry. So it's in the middle of being dry, but it's also a little wet. We want to make sure that it's not dry because it makes it a little bit harder to do what we're going to do next. All right, so once you feel like you got everything covered, adding taps because I'm seeing little parts here. All right, now let's take a break. And what I like to do during this time is I wash my sponge brush, I put away my oil pastels, and I rinse my palette, and that's it. Let's come back in 2 to 3 minutes. See you soon. All right, so we're gonna grab a clothespin, and you can use whichever one, but I'm gonna start out with this. And this is the part where you can draw whatever you want. You can make a design, you can make hearts. So just for an example, I'm gonna start writing out happy. See that? Oh my gosh, how exciting. Happy. Look how the colors stand out. Happy. I'm gonna extend my P's. So that's how you can use your clothespin. And once you have paint, you just grab your paper towel and wipe it off. So I'm now going to show you what it looks like with using a color pencil. So you don't want to use the tip, you want to use the end of the color pencil. So I'm going to write out Valentine's Day. Do you see how beautiful the colors are coming out? Look at that. Doesn't that look amazing? Valentine. I'm gonna put a little heart there. Ooh, so cute. Valentine. Now I'm going to show you what it looks like using a paintbrush. And I'm going to use the tip, the end of the paintbrush. So you see how the black and the yellow and the orange stands out? Doesn't that look amazing? There we go, happy Valentine's Day. And then I'm just gonna clean it off. And now you can add designs. So I'm gonna go back to my clothespin and I'm gonna add this huge heart. Wow, look how beautiful that looks. Now, you can leave it purple or you can make some really cool, like, sketchy lines, right? Look at that. Doesn't that look awesome? And now I'm going to use a paintbrush and I'm going to add some more hearts. You know, and I can add lines like this, crisscross. Here we go. Look at that. I'm really loving this. And you could just change. And if you don't want to use like a paintbrush and you prefer your color pencils, go for it. So now this is your chance to create whatever you want. So if you want to draw yourself, I'm going to draw, my hair is long, so I'm going to add long hair. So my hair looks long, right? I'm going to add a dress, because I do like wearing dresses. So this is just to show you that there's so much you can do with your art project. Now, I want to add some eyes, nose, and a smile. Look at that, see? I'm going to go back to my clothespin and I'm going to add another heart. And I'm going to, it's kind of like a scratchers, right? Your parents get scratchers and they let you use their a quarter or a nickel to carve it out. Alright, so here we go. Add more hearts. My point is, this is your Valentine's Day card and you can create what you want for your Valentine's Day card for that special someone that you want to give this card to. Like I said, you can make it for your mommy, you can make it for your daddy, for your best friend, or you can make it for yourself. That's okay too. All right, so guys, what do you think? I like this one. I like this art project. I love hearts. Here we go, I'm gonna fill it up with hearts. You could do stars too, right? Be creative. You could do squiggly lines, like it's a party. It's a party card. All right, I'm done with mine. I'm pretty happy with it. So now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take off the borders. All right, so I forgot to add an S here. There we go. So now we have it complete. So right now, my Valentine's card isn't completely dry, so I'm going to let it dry before I finish up. However, I wanted to show you what you can do when you're done with your Valentine's Day card. You can open it up and you can write something sweet, something loving to the person that you want to send your card to. So this is an example. I put I love you mommy and I painted hearts and you can just create more hearts if you want to. See? Can make it look very Valentine's Day and you can paint it within. So that's just an example of what you can do to complete your art project, right? And so I'm going to put this one aside, and this is what it looks like in purple and in pink, and then we also have it in red. So whatever color you decide to paint over your oil pastels or crayons coloring, this is what it'll end up looking like. So I hope that you have fun creating your Happy Valentine's Day card. All right, kids, now that you've completed your art project, if you had fun creating your Valentine's Day card, go ahead and click below and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Art Time with Flory, so that way you get notifications of our upcoming art projects. Happy Valentine's Day! Mwah!